Hey guys, back here with Tua for another one. Just wanted to quickly touch on my last video that I made this last weekend. More specifically, a comment that was made about it. Here is the comment. LMAO, that is the most untrue, ridiculous thing in the world, is do not let a puppy run around and be a puppy due to growth plates growing. Not true. So this was referring to how I had mentioned in that video about not running the dog hard before the growth plates are completely closed, specifically large to giant breed dogs. Not once did I ever said do not let them run around and be a normal puppy like this comment states. In fact, I was very specific to not run them hard. And in fact, I said it 4 times in the video.
You don't want to run these dogs hard or do very vigorous exercise with them. You just want to keep in mind that you don't want to run these dogs hard to wear them out when you need a break when they're young and energetic. But you don't want them to be running hard until they're much older. And kind of just always have in the back of your mind, like, okay, I don't want to be working this dog too hard.
So I thought I was very clear that it's okay to allow them to be a normal puppy, but you don't want to run them or work them incredibly hard. Also, I gave a specific example of this, such as having the dog run next to you while you're on a bike.
But it wasn't like I was going out of my way to do it. If he was off leash and he was just running, then I would just let him run. But I wasn't going out of my way, like say going for a bike ride and having him run next to me.
So I just kind of wanted to clear this up without being too confrontational about it. I did never say that you can't let a puppy run around and be a puppy. I just specifically said don't run them too hard because you run the risk of further damage down the road. And I also wanted to go over just a couple articles to help educate myself and the viewers as well, and give you some more ideas behind the reasoning here. So we'll go over these articles here quickly, and maybe we can each learn a little something.
Now, do I think that this is a massive issue, and if you run your dog hard one time that this is going to create massive problems down the road? No, not necessarily, but I like to err on the side of caution, and I definitely think it's an issue with the giant dog breeds that have many joint issues down the road as is. Even if you do take care of them, they're more prone to joint issues. So for every single dog, down from toy breeds all the way on up, probably not as important for a toy breed versus a dog like a Bullmastiff. But anyway, we'll get into this first article. This one's titled Puppies and Exercise. And puppies need exercise, just not as much as you might think. Your puppy is home, you've got the bed, the food, the treats, the toys, the collar, and the lead. You're ready, and then it dawns on you, how much exercise does my puppy need? Well, let's just go down to the understanding growth plates. Growth plates are soft areas located at the ends of the long bones in puppies and young dogs. Their job is to be filled with cells that allow your puppy's bones to become longer and dense. The way these cells work is by dividing themselves until they fill the growth plate. Once your puppy fully matures, usually around 18 months or longer for giant dog breeds, like I was saying, growth plates close and become a stable part of the bone. Too much exercise can be risky for a puppy's growth plates. If an injury occurs, these cells might slow down their growth or simply stop growing. So while 3 of your dog's legs, for example, are growing at a normal, healthy rate, the injured leg, the remaining leg, might not fully do so, causing future issues such as uneven pressure and a predisposition to arthritis. Okay, so there you go. And this is something called the 5-minute rule. It's kind of just a rule of thumb. And it says the 5-minute rule seeks to prevent damage to a puppy's growth plates while still providing your pup with the amount of exercise that is suitable for their age. As we said above, puppies need exercise, but not the way we think they do. According to the Kennel Club, the 5-minute rule works by assigning 5 minutes of exercise per month of age up to twice a day until the puppy is fully grown. So, I mean, that's a good rule of thumb, I guess, to follow, but it's not like I followed that exactly with Tua. It's more just something that you want to be aware of, like I said. Just kind of always have in your mind that until that dog is mature and the growth plates are closed, you don't want to run them hard. Again, hard, like going out of your way to do hard running, sprinting with your dog, if it can be avoided. Like I also said in the video though, it can't always be avoided. Large and giant dog breeds take it very easy. So this is kind of what I was saying too. I think this is more relevant to the giant dog breeds. Under the advice of vets, large and giant breed puppies should follow a very gentle exercise routine. These are the guidelines. Gentle exercise only until they are mature, around 12 months in Labradors and up to 18 months old in giant breeds. Or like I said, I've heard as late as 36 months. So it's kind of you just need to talk to your vet and do as much research as you can. Exercise should be consistent, only mild to moderate exertion, mostly lead walking. Avoid ball chasing, active playing with other dogs, and sharp turns. These all put added pressure on the joints. Again, I mean, I think this is more relevant to giant dog breeds more than smaller ones. Article that I found, protect your growing puppies' joints, growth plates. Large breed puppies are prone to developing damage to their growth plates if they participate in certain exercises before they have fully matured. It is important for dog owners to be aware of these dangers and take steps to keep their puppy safe. In this post, we will discuss the exercise that you should avoid and provide tips on how to keep your large breed puppy healthy and safe. Dr. Sarah Wooten says while puppies are growing, they have open growth plates. While they are growing, it's very important that they do not exercise excessively on these very fragile growth plates. We want them to have a nice, healthy growth plate. What does that mean? Here are Dr. Wooten's tips. Letting your dog run on soft surfaces, ideally. We want our puppies running on soft surfaces like grass, dirt, mud, or sand until they're full grown. That way they're not pounding on concrete, which can be very hard on their little bodies. Do not take your puppy jogging with you. Jogging requires your puppy to keep up with your pace and can put too much strain on their still developing joints and bones. As a rule of thumb, their exercise should always be within their control. So like I had mentioned before, if you had your dog sprinting next to you on a bike or something, that's not in their control. They're trying to keep up with you and stopping when you stop. And they should be able to stop and lay down or take a break whenever they need to. So they can kind of self-regulate this. The dog kind of knows. Be careful with stairs. Stairs are hard on puppies' little legs and joints. If you must take your puppy up or down the stairs, carry them or help them up and down each step. See, I even heard about that when I first got Tua, about how you should do that with bull mastiffs. I personally did not, but I was careful about him running down steps in case he were to trip or putting extra pressure on those joints. Do not allow your puppy to jump off of furniture or jump in and out of a car. These activities can put too much strain on their joints and bones and cause serious injury. And that's relevant to older dogs as well, as their joints and bones become more brittle. No long hikes or mountain climbing. Just like with jogging, these activities require your puppy to keep up with you and can be too much for their little bodies. Long uphill climbs can be too intense and cause damage to their growth plates. It's always best to keep their exercise easy and within your puppy's control until they are done growing. So, well, here it kind of goes on. Should your growing puppy avoid exercise at all? No, definitely not. Your large breed puppy needs exercise. Just be mindful of the type and intensity of the exercise to avoid any damage to their growth plates. Which is basically what I was saying. It's kind of something that you just always want to keep in the back of your mind, even if you can't avoid it with 100% certainty. If you are going to take your brand new puppy on a hard run, maybe second think that. Just let them play around in the yard or something and not do intense sprints. And that's kind of what I was getting at in that last video. But I just kind of wanted to go through these articles with you guys just to get us all up to speed a little bit on growth plates. And like I said, I don't think this is like a guarantee if you run your dog hard once you're ruining their life or anything like that. It's all about risk and how risky you want to be with your dog and the possible issues they could have down the road. So what do you guys think? I know there's a lot of you guys that watch these videos that are much more knowledgeable than me, and I'd love to hear from you. And that's all I have. Thanks for watching.